I need a Christian friend, somebody to
With your faith, if you're honest with your Christian walk, have you ever felt like the Lord had left you, and the moment that you felt that way, you felt sad, but in the back of your mind, you kind of knew why? You kind of knew why that the Lord would probably not be there, because you really haven't been. I need you to understand, Christianity is a relationship. It is not an institution. It is not an institution where you check in, check out, and you do duties. Christianity is a relationship. So my question this morning, how is your relationship with Jesus Christ? How much time have you spent with Jesus Christ? And do not talk to him all week long and then show up and expect for him to be close. You know, somebody that you're supposed to be close with and they haven't called, and you ain't seen them. It's been about 2 weeks, and then they show up and they say, hey, and they try to hug. What's your hug like? Right, your heart's not open. When you draw from God, God draws away from you. Right? When you walk with God, God walks with you. He'll never force you to love him. He'll never force you to be in a relationship with him. He's not going to force you to be more committed. He's not going to force you to serve the Lord and serve the church. He's not going to force you to give. He's not going to force you to act fake in front of him. But then we want God to do all of these wonderful blessings and miracles. We want God to do a mighty thing in our lives when your part in the relationship is subpar and poor. Your reflection of your relationship with Christ is a reflection of how much you're putting into the relationship. Any relationship that you value right now, any relationship that's very important to you, is based upon how much you put in. And we've all been there. We've all been there where you've been in a relationship with family, friends, cousins, or whoever, and you put more in than the other person. And you know how that feels. You know how that feels when you wake up one morning and you say, you know what, I've given 110, and you're not even at 50. I've given my all plus more, compensating for your lack, and still struggling. I created the world, gave oxygen, gave water, gave you substance, gave you strength, gave you an angel to watch over you. I've given you a Lord and Savior to be able to teach you and lead the word, to give you God and direction of where you need to go. I have given you provisions and grace and mercy. I've given you faith. I've given you eyesight. I've given you strength. Matter of fact, I placed you in a family. I've given you a mother. I've given you a father. I've given you big mama. I've given you caretakers. I've given you a means to support yourself. I've given you a house. I've given you a car. Don't tell me I ain't going to run 10 and you giving what? Because let me give a house to somebody. I need your full devotion. When I call you, I need you to be, hey, let me buy you a house and a car. Just those two things. Let me buy you a house and a car, and I will have a sense of entitlement over you. And I will bring it up every time. That house, you're not gonna come when I need you. How you gonna drop what you're doing? But the Lord has given you all of that. Do you know the humility that God has to have to give you everything and not demand for you to be devoted unto him? When heaven has humility, when God has humility, I'm going to give you everything, but then I'm going to step back and wait for you to come to me, and I'm not going to force you to come. Somebody says, why is there evil in the world? Why is there so much sin? Why is there so much? Because God's not forcing anybody. Somebody says, well, if God is here, how come because if he did force you, it's not love. You ever seen a man walking down the street and a woman in front of him, and she's like, come on, Cecil. And Cecil like, she's like, that ain't love. Matter of fact, you waiting to get Cecil alone by yourself. And Cecil, you ain't got to take this, man. There's somebody, some official to see you. Ain't got to, this ain't the only one. Right. But when somebody's forcing, that ain't love. And God wants you to love him. So you know what he did? He showed you love and did all of this and put it on display before you. And the prayer was that as you saw the evidence, you would disqualify everybody else. If it was a lineup of everybody who said that they loved you, and God is standing right there, he said, I want you to pick me. I put myself in the lineup. I put myself in the lineup, and I'm looking dead at you. My resume is right there before you. I pray you what? I pray you choose me. Do you know how embarrassing it is for the Lord? Do you know how embarrassing it is for the Lord that you look at the resume of God and you choose your job over the Lord? You choose your friends over the Lord. You choose your relationship over the Lord. You tell the Lord, I can't devote because something else is calling. Do you know how that makes the Lord feel? That when you walk off with your idol, and he's sitting there saying, no, they didn't. Did you just choose the lesser?
I need someone who's inspired by the Lord and his grace. I need someone who will